Welcome back to another edition of The Right Direction. The same people who spend time to talk about their community to improve. I want to say thank you. And how are you? How are you, Ivy?
I'm fine, thank you.
Great. You look very nice with those colors.
Thank you. Yeah.
Good, good. Edwin, how you doing?
Thank you for having me here again.
You have more native than me. I think I feel embarrassed, but hey, I like the
Nigerian.
colors. Look, today we're just going to rush into not a recent observation, but one that needs to be highlighted. In the United Kingdom, and I think the most parts of diaspora are the same way. Nigerians are not present in the Nigerian industry, whether it's the food industry, whether it's the cosmetic, the hair product industry, even as far as if you go on certain high streets, you will see cake makers. You know, you see the Turkish people, the Chinese, they have people making cakes just as a business, And it got me wondering, if you look at the Nigerian diaspora properly, we're no longer a community, we're an economy full with people of good earning potential, top heavy, bottom heavy. Everybody has a job, everybody eats the food, everybody use the product. Um, Before I let you talk, somebody said something to me. She's Nigerian, but second generation born here. She said part of the reasons why we don't support our own is when you go to a Nigerian business, they seem to charge you more than if you go into a Pakistan store to buy the same product. But that's just one of the reasons she's got. But let me open this conversation up. Am I the only one who's noticed, or have you noticed and it's worried you that Nigerians are not present in the manufacturing or the factory owners or top end of providing Nigerian products in the diaspora? You have noticed it?
Yeah, of course I have noticed it. But I used to be concerned about it until I started to do a bit more research into the why. And I
Yeah.
think that's when you think about it that way, it helps. It's a little bit more understanding as to why it's happened that way. So essentially, it's just that the communities that own that market, they have the logistics in place. So it's when you're talking about a business, you're talking about an entire food value chain,
Value
right?
chain.
So there are a lot before it gets to the point of the retail stage. So the issue is that from the importation to the storage to the distribution and all of that, when they own all of those channels, then it obviously makes sense that they would probably also be the retailers as well. Even if they did the retail thing, I'm going to the point where the lady said that our prices are more expensive. It is because we're not able to, the economy of scale, we're not just able to own the channel to the extent that we can
Compete.
compete on that level. So we have to compete on price, and that's the reason why we get priced out. But it pretty much comes to that.
I like the reason you've given, and it's good to highlight. Edwin, do you think we're ready for our own market? I mean, if you listen to what IB has said, very valid, but you would almost think that we've not been here for a long time. The Nigerian diaspora is more than 30 years old, and counting. How ready are we to take advantage of the economy we've created in diaspora?
I think what you just said is very correct. Logistics, they have the logistics. But what we are trying to say in this right direction is that we want to encourage Nigerians to, to this trade. Because uh, well, I'm not trying to advertise anybody,
No, no,
but
no.
He had a shop.
Yeah.
I know he has two shops in Southeast London. One in Woolwich and one in Teesmith. I love that place and I shop there.
Okay.
Yeah, my family, and a lot of Nigerians shop there.
Okay.
If father is in Nigeria on market, I go
Market.
there.
Okay.
There's also an app shop on the high streets where I live, the southeast. But because the owner of the place is Nigerian, and he said meats,
Yeah.
I patronize that place just because of it is not that the what you just said just then is the most valid
Verbal
point.
one.
They are able to pull the resources together and start all these things.
This is not.
But that resources they have, because they have long been established,
Yeah.
the Indian government or the Pakistani communities that are here, they were supported when they came in by the United Kingdom government. But we didn't have that kind of support here. But that is not to say that we cannot do it. We can do it.
Uh,
You know, in the high street, I've been taking over every food, Nigerian food.
Yeah.
You can buy not only Nigerian food, West African food or West Indies food have been taken over by these things. And Nigeria, we are top rated in education here. In the hospitals, Nigerians are there.
Yes.
We are lacking now in the business sector.
Yeah.
In the care home industry, Nigeria care industry is coming on board. But I think if you look at this picture, this direction,
Yes.
we are not there yet.
Let me ask you, and two of you have made real strong points. Can go on for long. In we may not play. In fact, I don't know which one comes first, but let me do this. We may not play so much in terms of the manufacturing, but how would you rate the small numbers? Maybe we have 10%, 5% of Nigerian operators within the food industry, within the hair cosmetic industry. How would you rate the patronage from Nigerians to those Nigerians? How would you rate yourself? How are they able to compete if the whole supply chain um, belongs to the Pakistanis and other people? Do we give them enough patronage to help them to break even? Or like I mentioned earlier, their products seem to be more expensive, like for like, and it turns off people. You know, how much do you think we understand? Do we make it objectively? Like I know an Asian barber in Stockwell, people will travel from Golders Green to go and cut their hair there. You know, are we there as Nigerians to say, no, this guy is a Nigerian business, is Nigerian owned. Let us patronize him.
Yeah. So I think we're getting there, and I think that the younger Nigerians are definitely getting it right. I'll give you an example. So my brother, he used to cut his hair in the Nigerian barbing shop, and he recently switched over to the Turkish barbers. And he said that the reason why he did that, even though it costs double the price, the value for money, the quality of the treatment that he gets is top notch. So going from the cleanness of the shop to the, to the quality of the chair, and you know how this when they finish cutting your hair, you know how they put some towels over your face and all of that. They are not on their phone, they're not discussing with anybody. They are just there to do a professional job. I suppose when you go to the Nigerian barber, you just tell the guy sometimes, "Oh, guy, don't they talk for my head?
Yes.
Do this, cut this hair
Concentrate.
now." He's constantly picking up calls. He's on the phone.
Yes.
You clean his hand. He's going to quickly eat chicken and chips.
Yes.
And when they have customers waiting, they quickly run out. So it's almost like we need the older Nigerian business owners. I think we were not great at customer service, but I have seen a lot going on in the younger population that makes me believe that they are definitely heading in the right direction, because the way that they do their businesses, the way that they use social media to do their businesses, even here where we're shooting, the Nigerians own the place and they're doing a fantastic job.
Yeah.
So it's we're definitely gonna get there. It's probably we like they say Rosa Park sat so that we could walk, we could walk.
Yeah.
So they definitely are, and I strongly believe that they will get there.
Thank you. I like what you said, Edwin. I'm going to come to a point where you raised when you say the government. Sometimes, in order to be able to compete, maybe we don't have all the information to see how much help the Pakistanis and other people who are big players in this market, how much help they're getting from their government. You think Nigerian government wouldn't look this way because
No, it's not about Nigerian government. It's about when the Pakistani and the Indian people came into this country, they got the support from the UK government. Not their home state government I'm talking about. But having said that, by and large, we have a lot of Nigerian restaurants here.
Restaurants, yes.
Where we're there. Like she said just Danny, I think we are getting there. Now the message from here is that we want to encourage all Nigerians to have it because they need the resources to do it.
Yeah.
They need to rent a place, the store.
Yeah.
Virtually all the high street shops are owned by other people, not Nigerians.
Yeah.
And so these are things that that's where the bulk of the money comes in. You're not going to have a small corner there and you expect to sell meat there, beef and other thing like the other shop right there. So, no. But what we are saying is that, again, that comes back again to these Nigerian politicians who think they steal money for I, myself, and I. They say, this is South African thing, I am because you are. Yeah. The spirit of Ubuntu. So if you know you can't do it, why not start up people who can do it? There are a lot of people who want to go into business, but they don't have the wherewithal to do it. Even back in Nigeria, where they are, where the money is stolen from, they don't, they no.
let me don't worry, because I know you're going to go.
Yeah, there's a point that I wanted to make as well. So I did talk about the logistics side of things. I feel like one of the strong reasons why they also are able to do better in this space is that, let's face it, anything that has to do with food is a resource based business. So you need people, and they also have a cultural advantage just by virtue of the way that they live and they are.
Unite.
I think that they have, if I'm privy to know that they also have this, you know how these Igbo people do their business,
Yeah.
where somebody come, they serve you, and after 7 years they open a shop for them.
Yeah.
A lot of them have those schemes as well in the UK. So they have that cultural dynamics that also helps them to work together. So you see imagine if you had so I remember one of my friends said to me, they have a chicken and chip shop, Dixie Chicken and Chips, and there's a chicken and chip shop next to them. They couldn't survive. They were doing the business for a while, but they couldn't survive. Why? Because the husband and the wife are doing it on their own. When they even had to have the Asian guys working with them, because no Nigerian is going to come and work in the chicken and chip shop.
No.
And then the Asian shop next door, there are abundance of people constantly they're working, and so it makes it a lot easier for them to do business because they have that whole cultural ethos, as opposed to a
The
Nigerian
support,
that
the
wants to
community
do it.
support.
Everybody wants to be the boss. Everybody wants to do their own thing. So we don't have that whole let's pull together and support this person. And when it comes to labor cost in this country is extremely
Extremely, yeah.
expensive.
I like the points. Very,
Yeah.
very valid point. I want to ask you one last question on this. How easy is it to transition culture to culture? For the Pakistanis, they can sell other people's food.
Yeah.
And nobody bat an eyelid.
Yeah.
I can't see a Nigerian selling Pakistan food or Turkish food. You understand? Just that easy. You open a shop and you start selling. I'm sure it just doesn't sit. But what do you think? Do you think we can transition?
I don't think that way. It's not only the Nigerian shop. It's the high street shops now. The Pakistani people, almost all the food is said is Nigerian food.
It's Nigerian.
But they don't eat Nigerian food.
And they
I've
don't eat
never
it.
seen them
But,
eat
you know,
jollof rice
they don't
before.
eat them.
They're not
They
even
even learn
open
the
to
Nigerian
try.
language now because
Yeah.
of that, the culture of what the Nigerian language.
Nollywood, they do
So,
everything.
Just
what,
for the
what we are
business.
saying, this is that she really very valid point.
Yeah.
Why the Igbos are succeeding in Nigeria
Yes.
in terms of this business structure.
Yeah.
Because they have that system. You serve me, after 5 years, I establish you.
Yes.
I think that's what they're doing
Yeah.
here. So if we are to strive, we have to follow that spirit
That business model.
and then that business model. You see, every high street, there's no place in this country I've been to that where I don't see Pakistani or the Indian people corner shop.
Yes.
They are owned by they own the corner shops.
It's like the pub owned by the English.
By the English.
They-
I don't know if you understand it.
Yeah.
Every place I've been to, go to stadiums,
outside
go to
of
other
London.
things, outside,
Yeah.
It's the distribution.
everything.
They
So
have
what we
it
are saying
on lock.
is that I think I buy into what she said.
Yes.
That if this community can come together and they try to have that kind of spirit, I think we can break that thing.
Yeah.
But the Igbos are able to do it because they're able to put money together and make sure that more.
Yeah.
I like
think we
what
can
we've
do it.
highlighted. I know what the challenge is.
Nigeria had that spirit.
Like she said, can she? Would we tolerate members of our family working in a chicken shop? Without that sort of spirit,
Exactly.
the cost of labor.
Even the phone
Yeah.
shops now, where I live,
They have that model
in-
with the
in-
phone
in-
shops.
in the-
Yeah.
where I live,
Yeah.
I just want to, like I said, where I live in the southeast, the guy helping his father is a medical doctor now. Now a medical doctor.
Doctor.
So you can understand these things because it's an Indian guy.
It's a system. It's a
He
system
did,
that works.
this is a
Yeah.
phone. I mean, it's from Afghanistan actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Afghanistan. He's a medical doctor here.
Is it-
Now the boy is not serving his father, and just a corner. This phone
Yeah.
shop at the cell phone, and the shop now has gradually and expanded,
Expanded,
and they
yeah.
have a big place.
Very good, very good. We'll carry on this subject. Just on this note, I have to say we have a POS, a Nigerian made POS by people who attended university in Nigeria. I'm hoping to get them on this show. Point of sale. They have 80,000 businesses from Canada. They're coming into the UK. I said I think the community, there's a lot more opportunities than just selling food and missing the hair products. But we have to go into it deliberately, trying to support our own businesses. Ladies and
Fantastic.
gentlemen, thank you very much. Great people here today. We're going into another subject. Stay with us now after the break.
No this abroad we did no be smarty, no be smarty, no be smart. We see things every day. That's a lot involved. All of what she told. Now this wahala done, bust my body the road. A chick no stand down.